Now at 6, a sign posted on the Wesley House door in Pittsburgh raises some questions about services. Plus,
Safe Haven Outreach is struggling with funding. I'm Lonnie Walton in Carson. I spoke to the administration and they told me if they don't get funding right away, they're going to shut down. I'll have all the information and more coming up.
and the Quapaw Nation in Oklahoma and the producers of a TV show discuss the portrayal of Native Americans.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Changes are coming to the Wesley House in Pittsburgh this week, impacting what services are offered. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Samantha Walker joins us in the studio now to explain why some services are being paused.
Wesley House is an outreach ministry of the First United Methodist Church in Pittsburgh. It helps provide resources for individuals and families who may be struggling, especially for the homeless population. But a sign has been posted on the center's door announcing that several of its services will no longer be offered starting this Friday. The Wesley House will no longer be providing breakfast, lunch, showers, laundry, or day shelter services to the community. The executive director says they have been warning people who come to the Wesley House about the change for weeks now. Those who both volunteer and use the Wesley House say now is an important time for other community members to step up.
So, our community, our people, just, churches, we've got to just all band together and work together. There's so many opportunities here to help not just the homeless, but just our residents.
The executive director of the Wesley House provided KOAM with a statement explaining their decision. He explains the facility is putting a pause on some of their services to focus on their food pantry, a program serving nearly 1 out of 5 people in Crawford County. We'll have more details on the changes coming to the Wesley House tonight on KOAM News at 10.
Samantha Walker live in the studio tonight. Thanks, Samantha. Another local shelter that's long been a lifeline for those in need is now calling on the community for help. Safe Haven Outreach Mission in Parsons, Kansas, known for providing support to homeless individuals, is facing an unprecedented financial crisis. Leaders say if they don't get financial help soon, they might have to close their doors for good. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has that story.
And I saw a picture of a homeless man on the front page of the newspaper, and it said, "Give me shelter." And I knew that was God telling me, it's time.
Melissa Brown is the director of Safe Haven Outreach. Although the shelter has its financial struggles, Brown focuses on the lives she's touched to give her hope.
Another lady living in the laundromat. She was sleeping in the laundromat. Fast forward 2 or 3 years after being here, she walks through my door, and I get to serve her.
Although Brown has spent a big portion of her life helping others, she is now fighting her own battles.
I have liver disease.
While battling this disease, Brown says her faith brought her someone to help ease the pain. Meet Veronica Ware, a recent drug addict and homeless person. She says Brown helped her regain her faith.
Living room 10 years ago probably now is whenever I really got to know, and it's stuck with me.
Ware says there's a good reason why she ended up here.
Probably part of my journey to come here and to help her and to get a better life than I was living.
This is why Brown says she wants to keep supporting the community with what she believes is her calling. However, she needs the community to help her keep her mission alive.
We are low on some toiletry items and also some food items, but our main thing right now is money to keep the doors open.
Brown says although the struggle is hard, she has hope in her faith that the shelter will live on. Reporting in Parsons, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Brown says that shelter is currently surviving month to month, and it's going to take about $10,000 just to keep the doors open through the end of the year. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for our first look at the weather.
Well, temperatures quickly dropping into the 50s now. 54 degrees out in the Joplin area. Winds are still gusting up to 25, 30 miles per hour. So clouds are starting to clear out, break up a little bit, but we're still seeing those wind gusts continuing through most of the evening and into the overnight hours, though. Once those clouds clear out, winds are not far behind it. You can see still some overcast a little bit out there, especially on the Missouri side, though tomorrow is going to be a really sunny day. We are a bit cooler. Yesterday we got up to upper 60s. Overnight lows down in the low 50s, just about 50 degrees. And then today only got up to about 64 degrees. Now our overnight low getting down to low 40s, upper 30s, close to about 39, still pretty windy. But then we head into tomorrow and it's going to be sunny. Temperatures in the low 60s, so a really great day. Don't forget to go out and enjoy it, and I'll have the details on upcoming rain chances coming up.
See you soon. Quapaw Nation has reached a resolution relating to the television show Tulsa King and its depiction of the Quapaw Nation. Last month, an episode of Tulsa King introduced characters from the Quapaw Nation who were depicted as being involved in a criminal conspiracy relating to marijuana and wind energy. The Quapaw Nation was offended and not consulted before the use of the nation's name or portrayal. Production from the Tulsa King has apologized, and they had what they call a productive conversation with the Quapaw Nation.
We were so shocked and dismayed when the episode aired and reflected us in such a disparaging light. We took offense not only as a small tribal nation, but also all tribal nations.
She says moving forward, there's a need for more open dialogue and believes it's important for Native Americans to have the chance to tell their stories through their voices. It's a big day for area sports as a number of high school students signed their letters to move on to the college level. John Dales has details from 5 communities coming up later in sports. Plus, Watered Gardens gets ready for its 12th annual Empty Bowls event. Baxter Springs, Kansas has a new interim police chief. Jimmy Hamilton was sworn in last night during the city council meeting. The move follows Brian Henderson stepping down as the Baxter Springs chief of police to focus on his new role as Cherokee County Sheriff-elect. Hamilton says Henderson will stay on with the department through the end of December. The Neosho, Missouri Fire Department receives funding for equipment courtesy of the Newton County Public Safety Grant. That grant, for just over $10,000, will go toward the purchase of an extractor washer and dryer for Neosho Fire Station number 2. The washer-dryer combo is intended to ensure hazardous contaminants accumulated during emergency responses are effectively removed. The 12th annual Empty Bowls fundraiser takes place tomorrow. The event, sponsored by Watered Gardens in Joplin, raises money to help feed the hungry in the community. For a minimum $25 donation, people can enjoy a bowl of soup, keep the handcrafted bowl, and help raise money for a good cause. A little later, student athletes from area high schools signed to take their games to the next level. John's going to have details in an extended edition of sports.
And we have some sunny skies returning tomorrow and into the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. Well, happy Wednesday to everybody out there. It was a bit of a rainy day, especially in the morning, and then overcast after that. Now clouds are starting to clear out. Taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, you can still see winds blowing, gusting up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Those are going to continue through the rest of the overnight hours. Temperatures today got up to mid 60s, about 64, 65 degrees, with our overnight low this morning starting about 50 degrees. So we started off a little bit warmer than we have been the last couple days, but we're cooling down. We're still slightly above average for this time of year, but that's not a surprise. We've been above average pretty much all season. Now, rain amounts, unfortunately not a lot, but we knew that going into Wednesday. It wasn't going to be a lot of rain. However, near Iola, Chanute, Parsons, north of Nevada, near Fort Scott as well, Butler, about an inch of rain. The rest of us, less than that, and even none at all. I know I was out in Joplin area today, and they really didn't get anything but a bit of a drizzle. After the clouds start to clear out and the winds start to die down, we are going to have a really nice couple of days. Tonight, temperatures dropping down to low 40s, upper 30s. You can see clouds gradually clear out by midnight. Temperatures are already in the 40s, so it's going to be a bit of a cooler start as we head into Thursday, but winds are going to be dying down by then as well. So through the rest of the evening, winds gusting 15-20 miles per hour, but by Thursday morning, 7 a.m., we're nearly calm winds, gusts still up to about 15 miles per hour, but they will die down after that, and we're gonna have a really nice calm couple of days. Temperatures tomorrow only getting as low low 60s, about 61, 62, 63, so a bit cooler tomorrow, but still slightly above average. Unfortunately, we're really not seeing cooler temperatures until next week. We've got a really messy upper level pattern going on this weekend, but rain chances return on Sunday. That we do know. Starting on Saturday, we're going to have, the end of that ridge moving into the area. Some clouds start to push in as well, so a little bit of overcast skies Saturday night and into Sunday. Then we're going to start to see some isolated showers popping up later in the afternoon on Sunday. Not heavy rain, nearly none at all, but the heavier rain starts moving in the overnight hours Sunday night into Monday morning. We've got this really deep trough, this low pressure that's going to be moving into the area, bringing in a lot of cold Arctic air, and this is where we're actually going to see our temperatures reach back down to average. So as we move into Monday, that cold front moving into our area later in the afternoon after about 3 p.m. We're not expecting a severe threat at all, maybe some stronger thunderstorms, but severe threat is very limited with this system. It will be passing. We will take a look at rain amounts here in a moment, but after that low pressure moves out of the way, we've got another one kind of trying to push back in and re-strengthen that low, bringing us even more colder air. So as we head into next week, it's going to be a bit chilly. Now, rain amounts through Sunday, again, not much, maybe 1/10 of an inch, but just like a light dusting, a little sprinkle out there. Rain amounts on Monday getting up to 1 inch to 1.5 inches, maybe even up to 2 inches of rain. So that's going to be good. We need the rain. Clearing out Tuesday, temperatures drop down to low 60s and even start to bounce around in the 50s by midweek next week.
Yeah, some of those lows eventually dipping potentially below freezing.
Yes, that will be a concern, especially with the rain during the day.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, it's signing day for high school seniors. We're going to hear from several athletes all across the 4 states as they commit to their brand new schools. That's coming up in sports.
It's signing day, and all across the 4 states, high school seniors put pen to paper and commit to play their sport at the collegiate level. We'll start over at Neosho. A couple of Wildcat softball players signed to play at the next level. Carly Kennard commits to the University of Central Oklahoma. She's a 2-time COC Player of the Year. And Becklyn Garrett, a 3-time All-Conference performer, signs with Butler Community College.
Just the fact that I know the stress of where I'm going to be in next year, what am I going to do with my life, and just everything, after all of the hard work that got up to this point, just the fact that I know that I finally am going to college and I'm playing the sport that I love.
The coaches, the relationships that they build with their players, and how I immediately connected with them, and they immediately had a plan for me because they could see how good I was and how much they wanted me to be an immediate impact on their field was something that greatly meant a lot to me.
Meanwhile, over at Webb City, 6 Cardinals signed their letters of intent. Lainey Taylor and Rylan McFarland commit to play softball at Labette Community College. Then 4 members of the baseball team continue their careers at the collegiate level. Landon Fletcher, Andrew Young, and Luke Beverlin all are headed to Missouri Southern, and Cohen Epler commits to Kansas City, Kansas Community College.
It's definitely a bigger atmosphere, and it's obviously a bigger commitment, and you're with girls that they put this commitment into, so you know that they want to be there and you know you want to be there. So, and bigger goals, it's all one team and everybody's motivated.
I just really think it felt like home. Everyone always says it's a gut feeling, and you feel that feeling and you just feel like home, and I fell in love with the school and the location and the coaches especially, and I've heard good things all throughout my life, and I know people who have gone there, so it just really, everything came together.
The coaches at Webb City just push me every day to be the best person and player I can be, so they'll just set me up for good accomplishments in college.
Great coaches, great facilities, a lot of former teammates I'm glad to be back with, staying local, being close to my family, so it's just a perfect option.
I chose there because I really like the coaches there, and I've always grown up watching them because I live close. And I just seen them play, and that's just where I want to continue my career at.
My parents, they graduated from Missouri Southern, so that was always in the back of my mind. And I went to a lot of camps and games growing up, so I got to know the coaches and understand the culture of the players, and that's just something I want to be a part of.
At Joplin, 8 student athletes signed letters of intent. Riley Kelly signs with NEO, Abby Lowry with Arkansas Tech, and Libby Munn to South Dakota State. All 3 of them will play collegiate softball. Maria Loom signs with State Fair Community College for both softball and track. Cadence Lawson commits to NEO soccer. Jaden Pankow commits to Iowa for rowing. Anna Pearl Stanley signs with North Carolina for gymnastics, and Chance Tyndall is headed to Arkansas State for cross country.
The girls, the team, and the coaches, honestly, like the environment that Arkansas Tech showed me when I went on my visit, it honestly was something I had never seen before. The amount of kindness they showed and how much they cared and how much fun they have down there, it was something that I couldn't just give up.
They definitely want athletes to come in. I mean, you cannot be an athlete and come work and get the job done, but they look for high-performing athletes who they know will work hard and take them to the next level.
So I've actually been playing with Jaden and Abby since the beginning, and so just to be here with them, Jaden's going to row, Abby's playing softball, but being here with them, it's pretty special.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, we played together all our lives. Like, I've grown up playing with all of them. Their parents have coached me, so it's just really cool for us to all be able to do this together to one final chapter before we move on to college.
Over at Diamond High School, Lauren Turner officially signs with Pittsburgh State. She's a 3-time All-State performer through her first 3 seasons with the Wildcats, and she helped lead them to state championships both in 2022 and 2024.
Well, I went to a lot of camps, a lot of different places. You reach out a bunch to the schools that you know you want to go to. From the age of around 11, I already had a list of my top schools I wanted to go to, Pitt State being one of them. But you go to a lot of camps, they watch you play. It's a long process, but it's definitely worth it.
Then over in Kansas, Pittsburgh High School senior Alyssa Hotze will be staying close to home. She signs this afternoon to join the Pittsburgh State soccer team, which just completed its first season as an NCAA program this fall. Well, we have quite a few athletes that I mentioned there. Over at Joplin, we heard from 4 of the 8. We'll hear from the other 4 later tonight at 10.
Busy day for the sports team. You guys have been everywhere. Nice job.
Thank you.
Exciting time for those.
Very exciting. A lot of names for fans around here to watch going forward.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 tonight on Fox 14. We're going to look at the potential side effects of weight loss drugs like Ozempic. Plus, some marijuana users in Missouri could soon see a drop in prices after a court ruling bans the stacking of marijuana sales taxes. We'll explain. And we'll have more on the positive resolution after the popular television show Tulsa King spins a negative light on the Quapaw Nation. Those stories and a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The temperature is steadily trending downward.
Over the next week or so, yes, we do go a little bit warmer into the weekend, upper 60s though. After some storms on Monday, temperatures drop low 60s, upper 50s for the highs, and 30s for the lows.
Yeah, definitely sweatshirt weather.
Definitely.
Final sports note.
It's an exciting day for a lot of local athletes. A bunch of them still have their senior year to play in their sports. And like I said, we're going to hear from a bunch more of them later tonight at 9 and 10.
It's exciting for them to have their future at least somewhat lined out and something to look forward to after high school.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.